I'm Donald J. Trump, and people don't realize that really I was the first hippie president, Trump the hippie. Long before the Occupy movement, when I was young, I occupied Wall Street myself, and I made billions of dollars. But I'm just like John Lennon. I also got shot, right? But I'm like his working class hero. But I survived. So I'm bigger than John Lennon, more popular, people say. So 8 years ago, Bernie Sanders and I were the wrestling tag team to take down the two-party system. He was the outsider, trying a hostile takeover of the Democratic Party. He failed. He's a loser. I did the same to the Republican Party, but I won. Winner. I beat those 16 deplorable Republicans easily. And then I beat Hillary the drunk. I myself. I'm too hip to drink alcohol. Nor do I smoke, unlike smoking Barack Obama. I'm the first straight edge hippie president. No dope. How am I bringing peace? Here's my secret. I love my enemies, just like Jesus did. You know that I'm a Jesus freak hippie. You know that, right? But the hoaxers lied. They said that I was colluding with Russia. With the Russians. Don't believe them trying to read my mind. There's nothing in there. Just look at my peaceful results in those 4 years. Biden and Harris brought war. They weren't even good wars. Terrible wars. The worst. I'm the peace candidate. I'm a piece of... Jesus said to love your enemies. 2 Corinthians 3:17. That's why I love genocidal dictators. Not because I like genocide. That would be stupid. No. I love them because Jesus said to. And because it softens their hearts. That way I make them more peaceful. Plus, a little peace through strength, of course. All the other presidents have hardly even met with many genocidal dictators. But I love befriending them. I defied the old, failed diplomatic standard of hating them and avoiding them. And when a straight president like Biden does meet a dictator, it's all very formal. It's cowardly. It just makes the dictators worse. No, dictators are not manipulating me. I'm manipulating them. It's a little game we play. They know, I know. But it works for world peace. Don't take my word for it. Look at my 4 years in office. No new wars. But if I did start a war, it would be the best war. Huge war. So good. Camille, how do you say her name? I don't know. I don't think she knows. They say that she's black, but she doesn't look black. She doesn't sound black. She's Indian, isn't she? Indian from Asia. If she were black, wouldn't she have a black name like Oprah or Jemima or Kobe? Now, for me saying that, they'll accuse me of a microaggression. You just watch. But my aggressions are the biggest. There is nothing micro about me. They keep slamming my vice president running mate, James David Vance. They're always saying something fake about JD's fake teenage lover couches. They accuse me of sex crimes too. But those are not crimes because I always get consent. We Republicans get consent before we grab or do anything like that. But I myself, I don't even grab. It's not my fetish. For proof, listen to the whole Accent Hollywood tape. It was about my respect for women's right to consent. I didn't say anything about what I myself do or don't do. Check it out, kids, in your Wikipedia. Tim Walz. Is he innocent? I don't know. But his dog, I think it's, I don't know the dog. I don't know what kind of dog it is. That's what they say. They say his dog is nervous. I don't know. That's what they say. And it's a Chinese dog, I think. It's a Chinese, from China. The old dead commie, Vladimir Lenin, said that gold should be stored away so that when communism is achieved, gold will lose its exchange value. We will all use gold to decorate public toilets. That's what he said, commie. I was way ahead of Lenin. I had a urethra moment. I had my toilets built of gold. Psychedelic gold toilets. It's like I'm pooping on communism just for you. They changed their party name from Democratic Party to Democrat Party. Chopped off the last two letters. Democratic Party became Democrat Party. Their choice, not my fault. But let's show our respect before and change our party name too for balance. So let's call them Democrats and call ourselves Republics. All right? That makes sense. The Democrats against the Republics. Great game. The Democrats and anti-Trump Republicans say that I lied a total of 30 million times before 2021. I don't lie. But if I did, I would lie more than any other president in the history of America. But for about 8 years, they kept foaming at the mouth, saying that any minute now, they would send me to prison. So who are the liars? They are. They know that if they actually put me behind bars, it increases my popularity, as it did with Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in the 1960s. I call him Marty the King. They call me racist. My hero, the great Mexican-American from the 1960s, Cesar Chavez, was against illegal immigrants who drive down wages. Agreeing with him was Marty King. They would both love my wall. They would love my wall. I cannot be racist, okay? I dance the twist. See? That'd be a black dance. I oppose radical Muslim terrorists, but that is not racist. Besides, Muslims are very sexist, covering their women like slaves. Of course, their gals are not the kind we want to see uncovered anyway, But Muslims, they're not all bad. They have one good yoga pose, and they make good hummus. Instead of supporting the racist group Black Lives Matter, Dr. Ben Carson and I dig the psychedelic alternative Black Lives Matter. We have such a wonderful Democrat government with Biden and Harris. So good. For example, think about one of our massive emergencies, say the immigrant replacement crisis, the invasion. They're invading. The Democrats swung into action immediately, didn't they? Within hours, they announced a great response with appropriate legislation and sufficient funding to completely solve the problem 40 years from now. Our nude beaches are being taken over by the young, prudish, woke generations. That's not hip. Why are they so shy? Why so ashamed of their bodies? I'm not ashamed of anything. I have no shame. Everyone knows that. Watch the Woodstock movie again and make America naked again. Make America naked again. Do you have a problem with gender pronouns? I have a hip solution. You and I go to the nude beach and we strip. Then it's all out in the open. If you have an innie, we call you a she. If you have an outie, we call you a he. See, such a simple solution. You can always see what you're getting. But if you have an outie and humongous breasts, we call you darling. Centuries ago, women were not allowed in sport at all. Establishing women's sport was a bold, rebellious, creative move to give women and girls a chance. Now the Democrats want to destroy women's sports with big, burly, so-called female transsexuals. A clever trick, but guess what? They are the sexists, all right? Not us. Women's sport is the best. So much jiggling. We're the ones who care about women. They're too timid to stop the takeover by some of the trans people. Even that many trans people, there aren't even that many trans people, but even if there were, we could stop them by building a wall around women's bathrooms and locker rooms. As president, I would look into women's locker rooms. They can call themselves women. True. In a way, free speech. And we could call them men. True. In a way, free speech. You still doubt that I'm hip? I get the young people. They have rips in their jeans. I got holes in my new socks because clothing is a capitalist plot. I'm a huge capitalist myself, but I'm also hip to capitalism's conspiracy. Tight socks make red rings around your legs. You know, if you are white, bad for circulation. It's probably a plot by Big Sock. That's what they say. I don't know. You like my long hippie hair? I grew it out. It's not orange, as they lie. I'm a billionaire. So I have my hair gold-plated with real fair trade organic gold. All right? Also, I'm so hip that I eat my beefsteak cooked, well done, as you have heard. I eat it well done so that heat kills the GMOs, the genetically modified organisms. Cooking kills GMOs. They don't want you to know that, but it's true. Do you remember my best joke? Megyn Kelly asked me why I call so many women fat and disgusting. I interrupted her and I said, only Rosie O'Donnell. The crowd roared. On the surface, that insult might seem sexist, I know, but actually, it gave a huge boost to Rosie O'Donnell's stalled career. She's very grateful, believe me. Such a nice kid. My humor shows my genius. I play three-dimensional chess. Maybe I'll play 4 dimensions next. Who knows? What did they do? Finger painting. In politics, I reject lobbyists, handlers, spin doctors, scammers, do nothing, paper shufflers, and bought politicians. So I seem much more genuine because I'm rough around the edges. Not a puppet. I'm not a puppet like Harris with her battalion of aides trying to make her seem competent. And they say her backroom boys are trying to get her into Alcoholics Anonymous. But I honor their anonymity, so I'm not telling. They say that I am anti-green. No, I'm not like those fake environmentalists. They all walk their dogs, schnauzer, something like that. And then they gift wrap all those dog turds in billions of beautiful brand new plastic bags. Every day, plastic bags they tie. And they lie and they say they're biodegradable plastic, but there's no such thing. What a scam. Then the tons of gift wrap crap. That's what it is, gift wrap crap. It all gets trucked far away in fossil fuel trucks. So no, do it as we real hippies do. Okay, chuck the poop unbagged into the bushes. Like that. It's easy. When we were real green, anyway, that's what real green is. It's nature's fertilizer. Do you want to grow things? That's how nature does it. Stop wasting the doo-doo. Stop it. The fake media, huge lies and hoaxes about me have been giving Democrats so-called mental illness. Trump derangement syndrome. Is that a medically insured condition now? Mostly it could be cured by seeing the unedited tapes of what I really said. I'm not attacking trans people. I once drove in a Trans Am. Good car, American made, very fast. America has a huge race problem. 2 places named Washington, all right? A city and a state. Which is which? You have to specify. It's confusing, all right? Washington State and the city of Washington, D.C., both are named after an unrepentant slave owner, George Washington. My genius solution is to rename the capital Trumpton, District of Trump, because I never owned any slaves. I will win re-election, of course, because I'm the best mansplainer, the best manspreader, the best boaster, the best troll, the best narcissist, the trickiest trickster, and the most humble. And the best hyperbolist. I'm improving the USA even before election. For instance, I've embarrassed the invading immigrants who are eating our cats and dogs allegedly. In response, they now have repented and have turned to eating wildlife, especially in our Democratic-run inner cities. The wildlife is the huge cat-sized rats. They're really big. These modern wokesters got it all wrong about the N-word. Instead, I say that you can say any word you want if you do it respectfully and you make a good point. It's intent that counts. Intent. Do you intend to be racist? No. That reminds me of a true story about the funniest political bumper sticker I ever saw. It's from back in the 80s when Reverend Jesse Jackson ran for president. He's a famous black civil rights activist. He lost, but he really appealed to the working class, even in the southern U.S., even white people. I saw a bumper sticker for Jesse Jackson for president that said, "I'm voting for the N-word." That was the real sticker. Back when the back of the car was the best way to advertise. Bigger cars back then. Great comedy breaks the rules. Earlier, back in the 60s, we long-haired hippies were rebelling against the white establishment. So some political analysts figured that with our outrageous appearance, basically we'd made ourselves functionally into white N-words. Not mine. I didn't say that, but not the, just saying, not my word. They say, hey, you can call me anything. As long as you vote for me, you can call me any word you want. They say they want to defund the police. I don't get it. Why? So why do they keep trying to get me arrested? I'm a genius. I figured out how to balance our trade deficit. We will put a moratorium on importing clothing. We can make our own clothes. Besides, we have enough clothes. Right now, the last few decades, our stores and closets are bursting with fashion. Did you know that 1/3 of the clothes made in the world never get worn? The stores can't sell them all. So they burn or trash 1/3 of them. People are too fussy about fashion, and people are wasteful. So let's wear all our clothes until they wear out. Until they get big holes, we can see your skin. Make skin fashionable again. Make skin legal again. We hippies are famous for our underground newspapers, which we started in the 1960s to this day. I keep warning you about the mainstream media's fake news. But I have to give some credits to today's mainstream media. For instance, sometimes they will interview a prominent Democrat who hates my guts, and then for balance, they will interview a prominent Republican who hates my guts. True story. They say that I'm anti-gay. It's not true. I get along great with Lindsey Graham. Maybe I am gay. Maybe I should wear a pink tie, And last July 13th in Butler, Pennsylvania, I got my right ear pierced by a bullet. So that's pretty gay. People say I can choose my sex. People say I can choose my sex. Should I be the first woman president? Why not? Why not? Cheer if you want me to be your first woman president. To SLGBT. Let's short circuit this endless changing of initials for gays. We could just call them A to Z and all the numbers. Covers it. It's a good solution. You people say that I get my opponent's name wrong. Isn't it Kamala Harris? I'm not sure. I say the name's the best. All right, I do. I always say the Democrat Party. All right. I get a lot of strange names. My wife's name is Millennium. What is that? My daughter is Epiphany. All right. My other daughter is I've honked her. My son is Baron, strangely with 2 R's, more R's. More R's is better. Why not? Barack Hussein. I think Barack Hussein is 1 or 2 R's. I don't know. If it's only one Hussein, only 1 R, not as good as 2. 2 is better. That's why Barron has 2. Barack has 1. I'm not sure. That's why I picked J.D. Vance for vice president. Super easy. When I mentioned that some men grab women by the, I was toying with the snowflakes. That's all I was doing. I really meant that I want to grab their pink pussy hats. They used to wear those hats, you remember? Remember those? They were so Freudian and double entente. Now, I always try to get high naturally, without drugs. I build high towers, the highest towers, twisted towers. I'm twisted. I hold the biggest rallies. I got the most powerful dude in the world because it makes me high. That's how I got to be the most powerful dude. It makes me high. Did I win 2020? I keep wondering. It's great theater. The elections are a farce anyway. They always have been. The Electoral College, that's worse than Trump University. Why do all Muslims want to invade us? They hate us infidels. They don't like us. So if they must flee from wherever they are, why don't they just go to a Muslim country? Why do they come here, right? There are thousands of Muslim countries, Wouldn't Muslims be happier with their own kind in those 1,000 countries of theirs? No, they want to conquer us. They sneak in with their donair shops and kebab places. I only get Diet Coke at those places because Diet Coke is American. At those places, they sneak in like the Trojan horse for you history nerds. Okay? And to be frank, they just want to get close and drool over our half-naked women. Why do I run for high office? Because I'm a wild-eyed, selfish narcissist. I'm the best narcissist. I make America great and make world peace just to feed my massive ego. I'm just an egotist, but I'm also humble, the most humble, the best at being humble. So I have both. But what a deal for you. No invasion of the USA, plus world peace and the riveting drama of electing a narcissist. Me, what a soap opera I make it. You see, I'm crazy like a fox. I'm a genius trickster who sweetly threatens the psychopath dictators. I trick them into peace. They never know if I'm crazy enough and unpredictable genius enough to push the button, so they don't risk it. See? They don't. Why? Now, you see why I act crazy on purpose? To confuse them. All right? Aren't you lucky that you're going to reelect me? Peace through narcissism. They blame me for polarizing politics. Polarizing means dividing the country into two extreme opposing camps. Why blame Trump the hippie? Don't blame me. Not my fault. I merely pointed it out. What they are doing is projecting. It's a psychological word. Projecting is accusing others of doing what they themselves are doing. They are polarizing the country unnecessarily. The world is polarized, north and south, already. No, I never said my opponents are Stalin, because that would be polarizing, yet they say that I'm Hitler, who had great boots, by the way. 8 years ago, they said that I'm stupid, because I speak the plain truth. So saying for 8 years that I'm Hitler is how they cause about half the people to freak out, half gets Trump derangement syndrome, but many of them are getting hip to that, okay? In the 1960s, they called us hippies, dirty, lazy, and sissies. But over the years, the people realized that we hippies are saving the world. Yet now, in 2024, they are still saying that'll end democracy. No, America's attempt at democracy has always been deeply flawed and will continue to be a fake democracy. Unless you elect a populist like me, elections are rigged unless I win. I guess I'll have to call a constitutional convention. I'll get Obama to chair it. He's not doing anything besides puffing his tobacco smoke, trying to look cool. You know, Obama's legal specialty is constitutional law. some constitutional lawyer he is. He never even proposed one constitutional amendment because he defends the establishment. He defends the system. All right? I'm instead an anti-establishment centrist populist. Now take Kamala Harris. She'd be a mediocre president. We all know that. Her cat ladies would get so poor that they would have to eat their own cats, like Springfield. Kamala would be just like all the other presidents in my life besides me. But no, she wouldn't be Stalin. She means well. She's just square, weak, clueless, and a puppet, sloshed on wine. The establishment in both parties had to call me Hitler. They had to call me Hitler because that's their only hope of beating me. They twist everything I say. Hoaxes, constant hoaxes. I get high drinking bleach while grabbing kitties. At the KKK Tiki Torch Parade, they put Mexican babies in jail and then stoop President Putin on J.D. Vance's couch. That's what they say. No, you swing voters are realizing that Donald Trump is not Hitler. I love all races, all five. I'm the least racist, okay? And I love the Heinz 57 of all the genders. I prevent wars. I prevent invasion. I create jobs and wealth. You've had an extra 4 years to realize how good I was. You're getting hipper. So now it's a landslide vote for me, Trump the hippie. Peace and love, brothers and sisters, and it's and theys.